And let's shift focus to J&K, where it is a major crackdown on terror by the J&K administration. This as government employees have been sacked by the administration for indulging in terror activities and also closely working with the Pak terrorists who've been operating from Pakistan. That's the still on your screens of the terror sympathizer who was a government employee in J&K. He's now been sacked. This as he was closely working with the Pak terrorists. So a Pak sympathizer who was enrolled in a government job, he's now been sacked by the J&K administration. But a deeper Pak nexus there that stands exposed with a terror sympathizer now also having been sacked by the J&K administration. He was also involved in terror finances and also furthering secessionist agenda of Pakistan. Now the government, we understand, invoked 3112C of the Constitution of India to sack 3 government employees after an investigation established that they were acting on behalf of Pakistan ISI and terror outfits. Let's go across to Zeenat also, who's been tracking this very closely. Zeenat, once again put this into context for us, how these 3 government officials were in a way stooges of Pak terror organizations, helping and facilitating in operating from Pakistan. All right, not sure if we still have Zeenat, but just to take you through the details that have come in of 3 J&K officials who've now been sacked. This as they were furthering secessionist agenda of Pakistan, anti-India network that was being operated. Now these were government officials that were enrolled. They've been sacked. The 3 officials who've now been sacked include the Public Relations Officer of University of Kashmir, Wahim Aslam, and 2 other officials as well. Zeenat is back with us. Zeenat, take us through the details of this case and the nexus that clearly stands exposed.
It's a major crackdown on the terror ecosystem in Jammu and Kashmir, where now the government has dismissed 3 employees from service for their involvement in the anti-national activities. The government employees have been terminated under provision of 311 of the Constitution, which gives powers for the dismissal of a person employed in the civil capacity under a union or a state. The 3 people who have been dismissed from the service includes the PRO, Public Relations Officer of the Kashmir University, identified as Wahim Aslam. As per the investigation, he was appointed in 2008 as a contractual employee, but he's made his way through which he made his way into the university, but was running the agenda of this separatist kingpin who recently died, Saeed Alisha Gilani, a Hurriyat hawk. And he was running also a terrorist campaign inside the university, because then university was the epicenter of the secessionist activism and a breeding ground for terrorism. For him has been involved in a huge role as an activist, secessionist, narrative peddler and organizer in violent agitation of 2008, 10 and 16 that saw huge bloodshed on ground. He has been at the forefront of these agitations in planning and organizing demonstrations, especially in the Kashmir University campus. That is what the sources within the investigative department have been claiming, and said that despite the abrogation of Article 370, present-day Fahim was still influencing university students towards the secessionism. All rules were even bent at the time of his appointment in the Kashmir University. The appointment was done without any public advertisement, interview or the police verification. He was appointed in 2008, and then finally the full-fledged PRO of the university, he was appointed in 2015. Agencies claim that Wahim Aslam is a hardcore Pakistan-embedded high-value asset of terror outfits responsible for promoting and glamorizing terrorism through his write-ups that he would be publishing in one of the leading local dailies of the Jammu and Kashmir. He would draw salary not only from the state exchequer, but also would get paid by the local daily since 2008. And being a government employee, any government employee cannot have to take a permission from the authorities before working to any other organization. There are 2 more officers who have now been dismissed. One comes from the Revenue Department, and he's been identified as Morawat Hussain Mir, and a constable from the Jammu and Kashmir Police identified as Arshid Ahmed Hawker.
All right, Zeenat, thank you for those details. So a mega terror nexus that has now been busted, with 3 officials who were working as Pak stooges have now been sacked from the service.